Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic Faith Renewed on the Thou Art a Smite-Meister difficulty, played through the Heretic plus Hexen re-release on the Kex Engine. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E1M5, Correctional Temple. Let's begin. And we'll do so by grabbing a crossbow, but we can stick to using a wand, even for the Draugr. But I mean, using a crossbow is also good. Now you could stick to using a wand, or you could use the crossbow for these enemies, but either way, you'll want to have enough ammo left so that you could kill these undead warriors in these windows. Particularly the ghostly undead warriors, because those red axes will hurt a lot should you let these guys live. And even these regular undead warriors you should get rid of as well. Alright, so now we've gotten that out of the way. We're gonna fight these guys. Grab some more ammo while we're here. The reason being is because we can go hither and bully these undead warriors without them even having a chance to hurt us. Same with these two. Yes, the bars are so close together that no projectile can go through them, but your hit scan can go through it. That's like a next level of hit scan harrying. Anyways, let's get rid of these Ophidians since they decided to sting quite a bit. And by waking them up, we've had them move around to the point where they were slithering around the edges of this area. So they are all nice and gathered up for us. As nice as Ophidians can be. Anyways, now that just about everything in this area is done for, we're gonna press this button and get rid of some new enemies, disciples, new old enemies. And look, there are saber claws as well. But that should be everything for real this time, until we go into here, where we'll fight 2 Draugr, 2 fire gargoyles, and a disciple. And should you grab the dragon claw, you'll wake up 2 saber claws. So let's place a time bomb and finish them off like so. Alright, if you took any more damage, there are plenty of crystal vials around. I took quite a bit myself, but there are some here as well. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the right stairway. You can grab some ammo from the other one if you want to, but either way, you want to go right here to press this button, which will open up this area, which has 2 undead warriors blocking the way. So we'll get rid of them like so. And now let's take a little trip into this place, where we can fight more gargoyles and undead warriors. Fire gargoyles, even. At least some of them are. And look, there's a troll. Let's place a time bomb to troll the troll. Yeah, look how fast this son of a gun goes whenever he starts attacking. It's crazy. But whenever you go into that room and dedicate, this area opens up with a Morphobum, so you want to watch out for that. And whenever you're ready, whenever you get enough ammo, you want to watch out whenever you grab the yellow key, because several places will open up. And you know what? Chicken! Just to get those guys out of the way. And the undead warrior that appeared was the ghostly one, so that's also inconvenient. But they are all guarding these thingies. And here comes another undead warrior when you go into this area with the button. But make sure you grab everything. There's quite a number of time bombs, I believe a total of 6. And whenever you're ready, you can press this button, which will just open the way back. But we now have the yellow key, which means we can go through this door and fight this Ophidian. And if you want, you can make liberal use of those time bombs, because there are a lot on this level, let me tell you. But either way, we're going to press both of these buttons. The reason being, they open up the bars where the undead warriors were, but also where the Draugr were. Since I'm not coming back, I'm going to grab that quiver as well, even though I'm not fully equipped. But we are going to... You can press this button to open up this side, same with this side. Before I go down there, I'm actually going to grab the gauntlets of the Necromancer, because you never know when you'll actually need them. And we should be good to go. And the reason why I'm going down this side in particular is because there are lots of goodies here that I'm going to grab, or at least try to. Place a time bomb. Perfect. One of those goodies we can grab is a silver shield, which is a secret. Secret silver shield. Did that 3 times fast. But let's also sneak up on this fella. And then we can open this area up, get more time bombs, and holy Jesus, that's a bag of holding. But let's be sneaky again. Alright, the time for sneakiness has ended, because now we're fighting a troll. And we'll finish off these guys as well. And these guys in this caged area, if you want to get there, because obviously there's a way there, you just go through that bloodied wall, get a map scroll and more time bombs, and you can use them to troll these guys. And with them out of the way, we can grab all this stuff with nary a consequence in the world. But when you're done with that, you want to press this button and get ready to go into this area, which has a lot of enemies. But if you hang around here, you can handle them with a decent amount of cover. And the Dragon Claw should make quick work of most of them as well. But while you're around here, you want to watch out for this Iron Lich in particular. A rather tanky enemy. Well, once you get rid of him, you can go over here, grab the Hell Staff and the Tome of Power. And now you should have a total of 2 tomes. But all your finagling around might have woken up the troll. But that's fine, we can work with that. And work with it we shall. But first things first, let's get rid of these ghostly undead warriors in these windows using the Dragon Claw. You know what? If you want to avoid getting hit, you can just hang out pretty close to where the window is. They'll just aim towards it and not hit you at all. Always funny. But also, when you're done with all that, well, first things first, place some time bombs to troll these guys. Place some more. Perfect. Now we can press this button. And look, tons of enemies. Enemies galore. We can Dragon Claw them. Or we could use that newfound Hell Staff, which is what I'm gonna do. Some of them might even infight. You might have heard a Draugr die. which is something I welcome. Let's place the time bombs. Place some more. It's a nice thing about Smite-Meister is that you have time to place time bombs like that. But that should be most of the enemies. A lot of them got into infights and such. And as for the rest of them, you can just finish them off with any weapon you see fit. Make sure you grab the quartz flask from vents, and also make sure you grab the energy orb if you need ammo, which you very likely will. And then you can go up either way and fight some more enemies, saber claws, and there should be an Ophidian here, which you can basically just blow up, like so. Lesser runes, another undead warrior. And, you know, enemies galore, but nowhere as much as when we pressed that button before. Anyways, pressing this button will reveal the green key, and when you grab it, you'll open up an area with quite a number of trolls. And we're just going to kill this Ophidian real quick and head on out. Yeah, you kind of can just leave. And we're just going to claw all these guys down. Maybe hell staff them. And look, there's another troll left. And another one. Yeah, there are a lot of trolls in an area, so fighting them in a closed area is kind of scary, because they will charge you repeatedly. But anyways, make sure you grab that quartz flask from one of the openings where the troll emerged. If you need any extra stuff, you can feel free to look around and grab things, but I think we're good. So here's what we're going to do. Since we have the green key now, we can go into here and start fighting more enemies. Yes, we will use the crossbow against these guys. And the wand on these guys. Just like the start. Close enough to the start, at least. Ah, look. More Ophidians. We'll use the crossbow on them. And you know what? There are time bombs here, so let's use it on this fella. And another one. Yeah. Get exploded. Frickin' nerd. Alright, there's also ammo for the Dragon Claw, so we can kill these guys faster. If you really feel like trolling these guys, you can use the gauntlets. And that works for me. Alright, but whenever you press this button, you don't have to leave immediately, because this door is another way to get to the green area. But if you do need extra ammo, you can grab some from this place. But now, we can go through here, and whenever you go through this crossing, the blue key lowers. However, when you grab it, you want to watch out, because that's when the enemies actually come through. But, you know, you can just leave. For the most part. But I think it's time to use that tome of power, though. Bow, bow, bow with the crossbow. This thing fires so goddamn fast. That none of these enemies can handle it. And that's nearly all the enemies. However, we have to go into this door, which requires the blue key. And since we have an extra tome of power, we might as well use it. Now let's use the wand as well. Once you grasp the quartz flask, you'll reveal 2 Draugr. And when you press one of the buttons, it'll reveal this area. However, when you reveal, you'll also reveal this area by pressing the other button. Let's use the health staff. Let's rain on this guy's parade. Who's air? They're guarding the Ring of Invincibility. However, as you can see, we killed all the enemies, all the items, and all the secrets. So, this Ring of Invincibility is only really good if you're doing a continuous playthrough. So let's use everything, including this Tome of Power. Very blasphemous. As we end the level. Alright, that was the Correctional Temple. And yeah, interesting level how you could go through the basement area with all the little secrets. That's where most of them are, by the way. Because there's like 3 of them in pretty much one spot. And the last one's by the end, which is weird. But if you're doing a continuous playthrough, that Ring of Invincibility may or may not come in handy. But, you know, that area leading into where you get the green key can be pretty scary because there's a lot of enemies in that area and not a lot of space, but at the same time it's so open that certain flying enemies will get their way through it, and other enemies that are really good at maneuvering the level, like the toes, they can also maneuver through that area quite easily as well. So you want to watch out for that particular area, but you can get some pretty good pot shots on the enemies before you even go into there by just opening the door, getting on the floor, walking the dinosaur, and by that I mean just opening the door and shooting everybody from outside while you still have a chance to do so. Other than that, nothing too challenging for what we've been through, especially on Black Plague. But, yeah, once again, there's a reason why we're playing this level on Smite-Meister. Or rather, this whole episode, or level pack, whatever you want to call it. But either way, we're done. So, that's it for Correctional Temple. Stay tuned for our next video where we go into Foundry. But until then, I'll see you when I see you, so see ya.